Hey guys, Captain Walnut here with a quick tutorial on an Endermen Separator, fully automatic, and can handle every kind of mob, including spiders, which was actually a really big issue to deal with since they like to climb walls. But that's pretty much working 100% now. It's working actually about 95%, about 5 mobs out of 100 will fall down into the Enderman pit, which isn't that big a deal because the Endermen have so much health that you can just use fall damage to kill off those extra mobs. And then following this, you can just use the traditional separators from like 1.73 or 1.8, where you just use water streams to separate your spiders from your other mobs, etc. So I'll show you a really quick clip here to show that Endermen are separated out and also that can handle spiders. First, you'll see that a spider is handled. It doesn't go down into the Enderman pit, and then you'll see an Enderman fall down, and it can't go over here. It falls down to the regular pit, and then I'll show you how to build it. Be right back. Alright, so now that you saw that thing, oh look, there's another Enderman right there. Okay, so now that you saw that thing working, I'm going to actually talk about how it operates. Oh, let me get away from the sound. This is just my checkerboard mob system. I just tweaked a little bit. There's another Enderman. Tweaked a little bit so that it's only on 2x2 spawning pads with 2x2 holes. So that way I get the final hole that everything goes down into. And let me turn down the sound here. The final hole that everything gets down into is a 2x2 hole. So first you have a little glass doorway here. Everything's built out of glass inside here. 1, so you can see, and 2, so that no mobs get suffocated. So first this little glass doorway here that prevents mobs from falling down while this thing's operating. Then that opens, and while the bottom glass doorway is closed, and you get a triple extending piston pushes out and pushes all the mobs into a 2-block high area. So everything except for Endermen can fit through that, so they're left behind. Then the bottom door opens, allowing the Endermen to drop through down into their pit, closes, and then the top door opens again and it all restarts. And it's just a clock controlled thing with just some timing. I have a just nice long delay clock with a monostable circuit here. This monostable circuit is just just slightly longer than a button press would be, so that these triple pistons have long enough to actuate. Alright, so now I will show you how to build it. Okay, so here I've got my checkerboard mob system with nothing underneath it so we can build it. Notice that I got a traditional high yield spawner system over here, not the one I've been working on with spiders, but just the regular tall mob system. It's the same size as this, but this produces about twice as many mobs per minute as that one does, which is actually pretty surprising to me. Before I show you how to build it, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to fly up inside this thing really quick just so you can see what I mean when I say that I redesigned it. So it's a 2x2 pad with 2x2 holes instead of 3x3 pads. That's it. That's the only difference between my traditional one and my other video. And I just went up a couple more levels just to get plenty of spawning pads. And the other thing I wanted to do was talk about that triple extender. So I've got a couple demos set up over here. So here's a triple extender right here. I just got a torch path connected to where these pistons are. And you can see each repeater's on the same delay here. Now if I trigger that thing, you see that it didn't actually extend. So you need a slight delay on this one in order to get it extend. So now all 3 extend. But you see they didn't, each one's just sitting out all by itself. We can get it to do one of the retraction steps with just this first little trigger by just making this a 4 tick delay, making that a full delay on that repeater. So you can see it fully extends and then it retracts that first one back. So now all you need to do is this one needs to retract and then this one needs to retract. So here I've got that going. You can see I got that 4 set up. So it fully extends and then comes back. And the next thing we need to do is first this one needs to activate, pulling this piston backwards. And then this piston would be right here. And then it needs to extend to grab this piston and pull it backwards. So that line would activate first, followed by this line. There you go. That's all that does. In order to get that pulse to happen, on this side, we can just use a monostable circuit, which is what I've got right here. This is the exact same setup as before, except I'm trying to get it all to activate from the same side so I can get a 2x2 set of pistons set up, 2x2x3. So I've stuck this one in the middle. The current, well, let me first press it and then I'll explain it. So it grabs it and then it all retracts. So the current first goes in to that one and this one. You can see they have the same delay with these repeaters right here. And then it goes through here. This is my 4-tick delay, but I just have 2 repeaters so that redstone doesn't connect up to here. And then I have a 4-tick delay here on my monostable circuit, so this activates after this one activates because this has its own delay inside of it. Just a regular monostable circuit communicating with this redstone, goes down, communicates here first, repeater prevents it from backtalking, and then we have our 3-tick delay here, or I guess I have a 4-tick delay here, but I'll show you that it still works with a 3-tick delay. 3-tick delay is faster than a 4-tick delay. Yeah, there you go. And then here's the entire setup right here. So I got the glass tube and everything set up. Oh, wow. That didn't behave the way I thought it would. Oh, that's because I just changed something right here. Ignore that for now. It's just a bug real quick. But yeah, we're going to have pistons below here. So, oh, that's why. Can't have that torch. Okay. We're going to have pistons below here, so if we had a torch right where I deleted that torch from, then this torch would communicate with the bottom doors, and we don't want that to happen. So that's why I've simply moved it from communicating directly into this block and going up through this torch to communicating up above the block and communicating with this redstone. Same on both sides there. If I go in here, this little tube, you can see it's a 2-high block tall area. So I can fit through, tall mobs can fit through, spiders can fit through, but endermen can't. And now I'll show you how to build the real thing. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is we'll drop the mobs down a couple levels through some glass. Normally you'd want it up right against the bottom of your mob system just to prevent your mobs from taking as many, to prevent any damage from happening to the mobs, that way the scientist types out there can have healthy mobs to experiment on. So I'm dropping it down through a couple layers of glass first just so you can see what's going on inside of it. We're going to put on our top piston doors first, followed by everything else. So this is just so I can place my pistons right there. And right there. And we need some glass for them. Now we want them normally closed and we want to prevent them from communicating with anything else. So we'll put it one up and we'll use torches so that they're normal, so the door is normally closed. I want it to go over 2 and then come over. There we go. And this one, since the other door is going to be directly below this, we want to come up high. And we'll put a button here just so we can show it working. So come on in here. Come back up. Put some torches on. And finish the redstone pathway. Okay, so you can see that it's normally closed. Push the button, it opens up for a second, and then closes again. Okay, next we want to stick on the triple extenders. So we'll put the pistons first. Oop, I want them all facing outward. 2 sticky pistons and then a regular piston. And you see how this is flush with that drop there, so it'll push out 1, 2, and then 1 more for where the wall is, and then they can drop into the regular mobs. The non-endermen will drop into the other tube. And then we need to set up our torches for it, and that was just to place the pistons. So go ahead and extend our torch pathway out. Torch goes, let's go backwards. Here, 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 here. Interesting. Don't worry about the pistons being messed up for now. And then we'll put on a platform just to work on. Okay, and then we're gonna have it go up here for the monostable circuit. Actually, right here is where the monostable circuit will sit. And then here. Yes. And then we need where this guy will sit to communicate with that one. And then there'll be a pathway up right there. And I think that's all our scaffolding. Yep, so now we'll do our redstone. So we'll start over here on this side. Don't need that one. So we'll start with the monostable circuit. So we need a 4-tick delay here, and torch communicating up to here, torch here, redstone, full delay repeater, redstone going down to here, 3-tick repeater there, 1-tick repeater there to prevent backtalk, goes into there. 2 repeaters at 2 ticks equals a 4-tick delay. Repeater here to prevent this repeater. If that was redstone, it would communicate through that green block and hit the redstone. And then goes up to here. Hits that. Hits that. There we go. And I'm just going to put a button right here just so I can show that it works. I'll do that again. Alright, and then just do the same for the other side. And then I did the other side. Now we just gotta connect the two sides together. No longer gonna have a button there. So just run a path over to the other side. Not gonna have a button there either. I'll put it right here. Repeater, button, redstone path, repeater, connect. Okay, so if I hit this button, it works. So now we need the bottom doors. So we'll put on the sticky pistons for that first with some glass. And then we need to run the glass down. And then it's a 2x2 hole, so there's a 2, and then it connects here. And just fill this area up with glass. I'm stuck. There we go. Nope, get out of here. There we go. And now we need some hook pistons. Actually, let's do the redstone for this one first. That was easy. Now we need some hook pistons. So place a block so we can place the pistons. And then put glass. Get rid of that block. I've explained hook pistons so many times in the past, I'm not going to bother explaining it again. Put one on the other side. They work pretty simply. Just look at any of my other videos if you need to know how they work, specifically the minecart tutorial one. That one I explain how hook pistons work in detail. They're so useful. Okay, then a 2-tick delay. Alright, and then we need to hook up the redstone for that. Alright, and then connect those two. Okay. Repeater here, some redstone. We want both of these to be at the same tick. That's why I'm using a repeater there, because we need repeaters here in order to communicate with those. Okay, and then we'll just put a button on right here so we can see it working. Alright, you saw the floor opens at the same time. It doesn't close at the same time, but you see both sides of that floor open at the exact same time. And that's what we want. And then you can drop the glass down to, let's drop it down to here. That's the outer wall right there. And then here's the other wall, the back wall. And I need to close up the top here. Yes, the pistons do sit inside the shaft, but they're out of the way for long enough when they're open for the Enderman to drop on through. Okay. Last, but certainly not least, we need to connect all of these together with the appropriate amount of delay. So first we'll set up our redstone paths. Just a nice long staircase down. And run this one over. Did one too far. I don't remember how many repeaters I need. I'll go look at that in a second. Okay, and then we need to connect this one up. Okay, and now we'll put on a monostable circuit right here. It needs to be 2 repeaters long to get that proper delay length. And then we'll stick a clock back here. So set up the monostable circuit first. And both of these are at full delay. And then we run the redstone up to here. This repeater's at full delay. Run the redstone down. Okay. There'll be, I think there's 3 repeaters here. The timing here is pretty exact. So give me a second to go look at what the repeaters are set at over there, and then I'll be back. Okay, yeah, I was right. So this one, we have 3 repeaters all at max delay. And then I have the right amount here for enough. This is how long it takes the triple extender to go, and then just a 1 tick delay on that guy. Then we'll set up our clock. Bloop. With a switch on the side so we can turn this thing on and off. I'm actually thinking right now that I have 1 too many repeaters. I will check after I finish building this. If I am wrong on the number of repeaters there, I'll correct myself. If I'm not, I'll just keep going. Okay, yep, I had everything set up correctly. So this switch will just turn on and off this clock, which will turn on and off that system over there. Right now it's off. Right now it's on. And we can come over here and just sit and watch this nice contraption working. And this is it. This is everything. From here, the only extra stuff we can do is why do I have glass here? That was silly. Oh, that's because I put glass in front of this. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, from here you can see it's a flush drop straight down, so you can handle your tall mobs the way you want. I just put a water stream to carry them further away. Your Endermen will drop down through this tube. You can handle them however you want. But that's all there is to it. I hope this was helpful. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.